Welcome to the Gray Area. The Gray Area Media. We've obligated ourselves to be the voice for all communities, speaking on topics that include community, religion, education, politics, technology, sports, health, and wellness. The Gray Area Media is a platform created by longtime friends for the sole purpose of providing our communities with the ability to voice current, past, and modern-day issues. The Gray Area, in its naming significance, solely speaks to the area in which people shy away from speaking because of media-based constraints or contractual-based obligations. Well, I'm here to tell you, we don't do that here. So please, stay tuned in. We're going to go live in a few minutes. Don't forget, please add us as a friend on Facebook so that you can follow our live feed. And not only that, please add us on Twitter and Instagram at The Gray Area Media. Please visit our website at www.thegrayareamedialive.com. Thank you. Hello, Facebook. We are live right now, and we have a very important guest. I'm Ray E.
This is P. Wills. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well.
I hope they're doing well too, man. We got some great things happening in Indianapolis, and I think that they always deserve recognition when it comes to the youth. We have Shantel Flemmonds. Yes. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you
okay,
did.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we have to get that name right.
And you're at Restoration and Exhortation through Successful Teachings.
Yes.
Where did that come from? How did this come about?
R.E.S.T came about from my own personal experiences through life.
Okay.
I was a senior in college. It was my senior year, and I was working on my final project. Mm-hmm. And when I started school, the Lord had already told me exactly what my final project was going to be about.
Right.
I kept fighting it, and every door I tried to go through to do a different project, every door was closed. Mm-hmm. But then when I focused on what it was that I knew I was supposed to do, and when I was doing my presentation for my final project, everybody that listened to it, men and women, basically was like, that's good. You need to go further with that. You need to share your story. You need to tell other people, because that's where the healing comes from. And that's how R.E.S.T came about. And the scripture that goes with R.E.S.T is Isaiah 58:12, and it's basically repair of the breach. And basically going into old places, building up and building a new foundation for the new generation or the next generation.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So you used your own experiences, and through that you realized that this needed to be done. It's almost like, and we kind of went through that with the Gray Area, where we just it was a discussion that started, and then all of a sudden it just started evolving, and all of a sudden now you're like, this has to happen. This is something that's supposed to happen.
Yes, exactly.
And it's almost like we're not in control of it. Something is moving us to do what we do, and we do it, voluntarily.
Yeah.
So like I seen. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I tell people, whatever you're doing, you never know who's watching, who's scrolling, who's paying attention, because everything catches everybody's eye.
Right.
And for what you're doing, it seems like did you just start this?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I got to looking at the page, and I was just like, man, this is phenomenal. This is awesome. The word definitely needs to get out there. You're doing something for the youth. So explain to us what you're doing with the foundation.
Well, what the foundation is, it is to help with preteens, teens, and young adult women.
Okay.
And it's to help them in the frame of mental, spiritual, physical growth.
Okay.
And what the goal is for R.E.S.T is to help these young girls and young ladies find their purpose in life. Okay. And because adults our age really don't, and I'm not going to say what my age is, but younger than myself, this generation is going through so much more than what we went through. But the way we was raised up more stronger. And because now these girls, don't understand or know what that strength is, they need someone to show them.
Right.
And
so, I'm sorry.
You okay?
So why do you think that is? Do you think that there's a lack of parenting, in the household for them to be lost like that,
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's
Okay.
the lack of parenting in the household. And most times you see it is single parent homes. Not saying that the single parent isn't doing the best, but if you're out here having to work more than one job, or you decided, like myself, to go back to school in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're a single parent and you're trying to make a way, that somewhat leaves that door open for that child, and there's no one there to really actually place that structure there. And then being a single parent, there's really nothing for the kids to do that you don't have to come out through your pocket financially. So with R.E.S.T, I know that in order before I can start getting scholarship, getting grants and everything, I have to put in so many hours and do so many things that are community-based plus educational-based for the girls. And that's why most of the events that you'll see that I do, they're free.
Right.
And a lot of the things that I like to do is try to come up with different things to raise money, or like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
So if I'm in need of something for the girls or something that I plan to do, I'll throw it out there. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Can you donate? $1, $2, whatever you can donate, anything. It helped, because right now I do it out of my own pocket, and it doesn't bother me because I know there's greater to come.
Absolutely.
I see the bigger picture versus what's going on right now. So
Right.
yeah. And so is it a non-profit?
yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Do you, who do you, have you surrounded yourself around? I know you have an all-star lineup of people around you that's helping you as
Yes.
well. Can you tell us some of those people who are working with you now?
Mainly, my biggest supporter right now is my mother.
Absolutely.
She is my biggest.
Shout out to moms.
Yes,
Yes,
shout out to my
yes,
mom.
yes.
She is my biggest supporter. Also, a lot of my strength and ideas and everything, and the encouragement comes from my pastor and first lady. Pastor DeJuan Boyd and First Lady Jackie
Awesome.
from at my church, Hill and Waters Worship and Deliverance
nice.
Center. And just from the transition of actually trying to figure out what it was that I was supposed to do and how was I supposed to do it, and digging within myself and pulling out the roots and figuring out what my issues was and where they came from and how to deal with them, they were right there with me, encouraging me, praying with me, supporting me, whatever you need, we got you. So they are a big, part of that. And then all the ladies that are on the panel
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
The 25th at 2 o'clock.
at 2 p.m. at 3250 North Post Road, Suite 180. All of the ladies that are going to be on the panel all have went through something, but they excelled. And they have a story to tell. And when I was talking to one of the ladies, asking her to come on, and she's like, so all these ladies are survivors? I was like, no. I said, if you look up the word survivor, that is surviving something that was meant to kill you. But due to the fact that the Lord knows the plan for our lives, and it's not to hurt or kill us or harm us, but to bring us peace and joy, we're walking testimonies.
Absolutely.
And the way to begin to heal is to begin to release it and tell your story, because I know my story may help her, and her story may help someone else and help build them
Exactly.
up.
Right.
And that's the
Exactly.
main focus.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is great. I mean, I think this is phenomenal. I want to tell you to keep going. I mean, and use us as a platform anytime
Absolutely.
that you have anything going on, anything, the panels or whatnot. We encourage this because we designed this platform just for people like you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Because we don't get enough people that have a voice. So we want to be the voice for the community. And when I seen what you were doing, I jumped immediately. I texted him. I said, "Look, we got to do this."
Absolutely.
And I reached out to you, and I just think that it's phenomenal. We're gonna keep promoting you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you have going on right now?
Well, with the R.E.S.T, we're trying to do something every month. And some of it is going to be educational for the girls. Some of it's going to be reaching out in the community. Some of it is going to be working with other organizations, basically just to build that bond and that relationship with the girls. For March, we are going to Raleigh Hospital to the Ronald McDonald House to prepare breakfast and lunch for the families that are there in the hospital with their kids dealing with whatever issue it is. And the reason that we want to do that is because my baby girl had surgery, has had several different surgeries, and the feeling that I had her very first one, I didn't have any money. I didn't know how I was going to eat, even though family members was bringing me stuff, but I had to sit and wait. And then they told me about the Ronald McDonald House, and I was like, I got to do this. I got to give back. And I told my baby girl, she's like, Mama, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's one of the things we're going to do. We are going to, in April, work with another church, Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
They're doing a Scholars.
That's based in Indianapolis?
Yes.
Okay.
They're doing a Scholars for Dollars fashion show. So the girls are part of R.E.S.T, are going to go and be a part of that fashion show. And then I'm still trying to figure out what the next events and everything is going to be. But it's going to be a lot of community-based plus self-development for the girls.
That's amazing.
Wow,
What
yeah,
kind of programs do you foresee? Because I think the big thing is us. We are the medium, right? You have the older generation, and you have the middle, and then you have the kids, and I think that we're the bridge.
Right.
You know, so we have to continuously try to create programs that fit them. What are some of the programs you feel like the world is missing when it comes to these young people? Obviously, what you're doing is something that's very needed.
It's
You know,
much
for
needed,
confidence and everything, but you know, there's so much more to it.
Well, with that, like I was explaining to the girls, I want them to be involved in the different things that we do. So
To help them build confidence.
to help them build their confidence
Right.
and find out what they're interested in. You know, what gets you going, what makes you happy, what are some different things that you want to do. So for right now, I do know that the girls, they love to do the different fashion shows, but at the same token, I know for R.E.S.T to stand out and be different and not just implement, you know, etiquettes on the girls, not just implement, well, this is how you do a resume, this is how you do this is how you do that. I want to be able to get to the root of what it is that's causing them to act the way they act now. R.E.S.T isn't just for girls that have issues and that are going through things. R.E.S.T is for all type of preteens, teenagers, and young women, even those that want to be a part of it to help mentor or guide the other girls. I want them to be able to do that. So in regards to the different events, yes, we're going to have, I've recently been in contact with Lawrence Township to see in regards to who do I need to get in contact with to set up college tours, like for spring break and summer break, you know, just to get the girls out so they can go and see and do different things.
They can touch it.
Yes, and actually see what it's about. I also want to be able to take them to different art events, the art museum, different plays that are going to be taking place. For instance, my pastor has a play getting ready to come out.
What's the name of it?
Don't Cast Your Pearls Before the Swine. Before swine. Amazing.
Wow.
So, and that's something else that I'm going to make sure that I get the girls to go to. And then in March, I'm taking March 19th, there's a Queen Ball that is basically uplifting, empowering other women that have done and made a change in the community. I want to take some of the girls there so they can get a feel of that, seeing older women recognizing and encouraging and uplifting each other, because it basically, in my eyes, it takes a village.
Right.
And in order to get them back in, we have to do it from a pure heart and with love.
Right.
Because they don't understand what it is. Some of them may not have felt it. And that's what I want R.E.S.T to be able to do, is to give them that love. Let us be a sounding board for you.
Absolutely.
You know, let us be that person you can call and vent to. Let us be that person that, hey, I'm going through this. Let me pray for you.
Wow.
Hey, you need a ride? Oh, you need to figure out how to fill out the application. Let me help you. You need
That's
help with a
awesome.
resume? I know somebody that can do that. So whatever they want to do, from the different people that I've been around, that I have been in contact with, I know that I can reach out to them. Hey, I got a young lady that needs da-da-da. Can you help me?
Right.
And they'll be more than happy to help. So,
And your foundation doesn't reach just younger people. This is actually mentoring older women too.
Yes.
On understanding young women.
yes.
So everybody's getting helped in this situation.
Yes.
You know, because the technology is kind of right.
Yes. Yes.
We
Definitely.
utilize it, but when it comes to the kids, they're on their phones. They don't want to be social, you know. So things like what you're doing is helping bridge the gap and helping us, you know, understand the young people. The young people understand us, and the older generation understand, you know, and it keeps trickling down.
Yes.
And what you got is amazing. So let me go over this event that you have tomorrow. It's called the Repairers of the Breach.
Yes.
Explain that title right there.
Again, it's from Isaiah 58
Isaiah
and 12,
58,
and 12. And it basically talks about how we are to go into these broke down places and rebuild them, set the foundation for the next generation.
Right.
And because the women that that R.E.S.T is going to deal with is those younger ones. And because they are our future,
Right.
we need to build them back up.
Stand up.
We need to get them stronger.
Right.
And we need to get them to a level to where they learn and understand morals, values, to love themselves, to love those around them, so that when they begin to reproduce and have other kids, they can do the same for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And let's see, this is Young Women's Empowerment, February the 27th at 2 p.m. Tomorrow. Some of your guest speakers, Townsend.
Prophetess Rowe.
No,
Townsend.
Rowe. She
Yes.
cook. She can
She
cook,
can.
write books. She do it all.
She does it all.
She does it all. Jackie Boy,
Yes.
Miss Moi, and what's this one?
Tara.
Tara,
Yes.
and including yourself as the
Yes.
host. This is at 3250 North Post Road, Suite 180, Indianapolis, Indiana 46226.
Now, is that open for everyone or just women?
It's open for everyone.
Okay.
And the reason why this in particular event is open for everyone is because there are single dads out there. There are grandparents that may have their grandkids, nieces or nephew, and they need to see their kids and these kids in a different light to understand where they're coming from. Because back in the day, I don't know if y'all heard it, but I know I heard it plenty of times in my household. Do as I say and not as I do. That don't work for these kids now.
Right.
You know, you have to show them and actually lead by example
Absolutely.
for them to understand what it is. I can't be out here shaking it up and da-da-da-da and then come home and tell you, don't do this, don't do that, but then you see me doing it.
Right. Absolutely.
So we as parents, be it biologically, step, or whatever you want to call it, we have to realize there has to be a change in self in order to better this generation.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
We're going to be right there with you all the way through. You know,
What's that address again?
Yeah. The address is 3250 North Post Road, Suite 180. It's Indianapolis, Indiana 46226. This is the Young Women's Empowerment being put on by R.E.S.T, the repairs of the breach.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
If there's
Absolutely.
anything else we can do to help you get this out there, just let us know. We want to be the bridge and help people have a platform and a voice to reach the people that they can't reach.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on. Is there anything that you want? We do closing remarks. Is there anything that you want to say to anybody that you feel should be there, should have their daughter come or teenager? What would you like to say to the parents out there?
What I would like to say to the parents is, don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of being uncomfortable. Don't stay comfortable in the situations that you're in. Don't give up on your kids because they are facing things that we have not faced. They are going through things that we have not been through. And in order for us to understand what it is that they're going through, we have to put their shoes on for a minute. We have
Absolutely.
to step in where they're at and get a better understanding. We cannot use the old remedies that were used on us when we was growing up. We have to find a different way to reach these girls. We have to find a different way to communicate. We have to be able to still show them love and discipline at the same time. We have to also remember we cannot be our kids' friend.
Absolutely.
We have to be
A lot of parents have problems with that.
Yes.
The kids become of an age where they feel like they know some stuff, and then all of a sudden we cool now, and you can talk to me, and you still got to have that thin line between who's who.
That's correct.
Because kids do get that confused.
Yes, and if you ever see teenage girls, you know, when you're their friend, when they're communicating with each other, is be this, be that, and they're just saying whatever comes out the top of their head. Now, if I'm looking at my mother as my friend, I'm not going to realize that I can't say that to her because we're friends.
Right.
So I just encourage any father, mother, grandmother, auntie, cousins, even people, your friends, neighbors, if you have any preteens, young teens, or anybody that you know that are dealing with young adult women, bring them out. I think I'm sorry, I know this is going to be an awesome event. I know that there's going to be healing. There's going to be some deliverance. There's just going to be just a whole lot of release and being able to know. I'm happy I was able to share that with somebody. I'm happy.
Absolutely.
I'm not going through this by myself. I'm happy to see that this woman went through the same thing I went through, and look at her.
Womanhood.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pulling it together.
Yes.
That's awesome. If these people want to get in touch with you, where do they find you at?
You can find me on Facebook at Restoration and Exhortation through Successful Teachings, or you can look me up by my name, Shantel Flemmonds, or you can email me at restindianapolis@gmail.com.
Okay.
There it is. P. Wills. Let's close out.
Hey, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we finally met.
Yes.
I mean, there's so much that I could say, but I'll just say this. I mean, it seems like you have a wonderful spirit, and what you're doing is really going to impact a lot of lives, male or female. I would like for you to meet my aunt. She's involved. She's a police officer, and she's involved with the POW Club. And what she does is, she travels, like she goes to different cities and, things like that. But she does a lot with, kids.
Okay.
And my little sister is involved, and that's a long story. But she, I just actually saw my little sister. She's 13. She's a twin to my little brother. My grandmother, who's 80, has been raising them since they were born. They are my father's kids. But, my little sister, she's struggling with things right now. Her mother was killed, and so my grandmother has been raising her since they were babies. But just having that conversation, with her and certain things that she's going through, I would love for you to meet her.
I would love to.
And just talk to her, so she can just hear a different voice and see what you have going on too. I think that would really help her.
Okay.
But and for our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Please support her. Go out tomorrow, if you can, and just always know that we are all connected.
Yes.
We have to help each other, and just keep God first, and just go from there. We have to, just do what's best for each other.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Again, we just want to thank you for coming out. I mean, you are an amazing person.
Thank you.
Hopefully, people see this as the standard, right?
Yes.
To be able to be active. I think a lot of people get lost in, if I do that, people are going to look at me this way, or if I do that, I need this amount of money. I mean, when you follow your conscience, follow your heart, and follow your mind, God is going to open all that up for you.
He does.
You'll be amazed that when you start walking in the right direction, what doors open. So you won't know until you start walking that way. And I just want to say to our listeners, thank you for always being a part of this. Again, this was unscheduled, but this was very necessary.
Absolutely.
And we plan on having more unscheduled segments, because we just want to get the word out. We just want to let people know that we exist, that programs like this exist, and that you start using us.
Yes.
Start using us. Start using Shantel and R.E.S.T, and let's do it together. We will be having another segment alert soon. Just stay tuned, and we'll see y'all in a few. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And Instagram at The Great Area Media. Please visit our website at www.thegreatareamedialive.com. Thank you.